made on Ridgeway Sports Podcast, episode 76. Hunter Keister back with
K-Mac. Let's go. Let's get it. Episode 76.
We are back for some more NBA, NHL coverage, starting off with the playoffs in both the NHL and the NBA, and then finished off with some NBA draft talk. We have to talk about the NBA draft lottery that happened a couple nights ago for the 2023 NBA draft happening in about a month. So some wild stuff went down there we'll talk about, but let's start it off with the playoffs and start catching back up. Got about a week to catch up on, and we will start in the NHL from Wednesday, May 10th. We have Game 4, Toronto versus Florida, Eastern semifinals. Florida up 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0? Yeah, 3-0 at the time, yep. Florida's up 3-0, and Toronto has to go to Florida, backs firmly against the wall, looking to get swept, do or die. They come out with a huge 2-1 win. Mitch Marner, 1 goal, 1 assist. Wall, the backup goalie, comes in. He makes 24 saves, and Bobrovsky gets the third star with 23 saves. Toronto stays alive on Wednesday. We'll move to the Western Conference semifinals, Game 4. The series is 2-1 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. Game number 4 in Edmonton goes the way of the Oilers. They need this win to tie the series back up at 2 games apiece. They get the big win at home, 4-1. Bouchard gets their first star. Connor McDavid with 2 assists gets the second star. And Bjorkstrand, 1 goal, he gets the third star. And that is how Game 4 goes for Wednesday. We'll go to Thursday. We have Game 5, Carolina, New Jersey. New Jersey backed against the wall. Game number 5. It is Carolina taking care of business from home. 3-2. Takes overtime. New Jersey. Really competitive series, but Carolina just ultimately too much for the Devils. They win it 3-2, win the series 4-1, and move on to the Eastern Conference Final. Jesper Fast, Carolina forward, 1 goal, he gets the first star. Frederik Andersen, the Carolina goalie, gets the second star, 27 saves. And Brett Burns puts in a goal for Carolina, he gets the third star, and they get the 4-1 series win. We'll move on to the nightcap. Dallas Stars, Seattle Kraken Game 5. 2-2 series tie, pivotal Game 5 in Dallas, and it's Dallas all over the Kraken.
Wow.
5-2 in this game. Seattle known to play very well on the road, but Dallas has played very good at home. 22-10 at home. Kraken was 26-11 on the road. Dallas 5-2 win though in game number 5. They take a huge 3-2 series lead as the series heads back to Seattle. Rope Hintz, 2 goals, 1 assist, first star. Joe Pavelski, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's like 30-some years of age, just still dominating the league. He's absolutely incredible. And the third star, Anderson, 3 assists. And that will take care of Thursday, May 11th. We'll move to Friday, May 12th. Florida, Toronto, game number 5. This one takes OT as well. Toronto trying to make this thing a series on home ice, extend it to a Game 6, but no. In overtime, the Florida Panthers get it done. 3-2. Sergei Bobrovsky made 50 saves in this game. Absolutely stand on his head. He has played phenomenal this whole playoffs and been a big reason why Florida's been so successful. And that's
a ton of shots.
That is right. 50 shots. He gives up 2 goals, but man, 50 shots, wow. Morgan Riley, Toronto's defenseman, puts in a goal. He gets the second star. And Nick Cousins wins the series for the Florida Panthers in overtime. He'll get the third star. 3-2, Florida wins it in OT. And they win their series 4-1 to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Game number 5, Golden Knights, Oilers. This is a huge game. Lots of goals. 3 goals in the first period, followed by 3 goals in the second period, all by Vegas.
Yeah.
And 1 in the third for the Oilers. But it wasn't enough. The Vegas Golden Knights win Game 5, 4-3, and they take a commanding 3-2 series lead as they win on home ice. Smith, the right winger for Vegas, 1 goal, first star. Jack Eichel, the amazing center, gets 1 goal, 2 assists, second star. And Marchessault, the longtime Golden Knight, been there since the team was founded. He gets 3 assists. And he'll get the third star in the big Game 5 win. Let's move to Saturday now. May 13th. Seattle and Dallas. This is Game 6 from Seattle. Seattle 6-3. All over Dallas to force a Game 7 and tie
must win
this series up after the must-win game. Tolvanen, 1 goal, 2 assists. He gets the first star. Yanni Gourde, 1 goal, 1 assist, second star. And Michigan Wolverines' own Matty Beniers with the 1 goal, 1 assist, third star in game number 6. And it's Seattle staying alive, forcing a game number 7, taking it back to Dallas. One game on Saturday will take us to Sunday. Oilers trying to force a Game 7 on home ice.
Home soil.
But unfortunately for them, it's Marchessault with a hat trick, Hill with a 38 save performance, and Vegas with a 5-2 win, and they win the series 4-2. Wow, what a series for the Golden Knights. I really expected this series to go 7, but I expected a close series. But honestly, Vegas Knights just pulled away.
Yeah.
Pulled away at the end.
A little too much.
A little too much for the Oilers. And once again, it's a disappointing finish for the Oilers. You know, there's all this talk about them in this core that they have with McDavid, one of the best players in hockey. Draisaitl, same thing. And year in and year out, they just can't find a way to get it done. They'll lose again in 6 games to the Vegas Golden Knights. We'll move to Monday. Huge Game 7 from Dallas. This was a defensive game. No goals scored in the first period. 1 goal scored for Dallas in the second. Seattle answered with a goal in the third, but it's met with a Dallas goal. And it's a 2-1 win in game number 7 for the Dallas Stars on home ice to take the series and advance to the Western Conference Finals. Ottinger only faces 22 saves, but does what he has to. Gets it done. Rope Hint gets a goal, and Johnston, the young 20-year-old forward for the Dallas Stars, gets a goal as well. Dallas wins Game 7 and eliminates the Seattle Kraken. Is their magical run. They beat the 1-seeded Colorado Avalanche. They take the Dallas Stars to 7 games. Seattle's got a really bright future ahead of them, but unfortunately for them, Dallas Stars puts an end to it on Monday, May 15th. These guys finally get a couple day break.
Yeah.
And we pick it up Thursday, May 18th.
Woo.
And the Eastern Conference Finals couldn't have started out any better, honestly. 4 overtimes. Longest overtime game in the playoffs. This game doesn't end till around 2 o'clock East Coast time. So this was just...
I bet that was a heck of a game to be at.
Right. Incredible game. This game starts out with Carolina scoring 1 goal in the first period. Florida answered with 2 in the second. Carolina ties it up in the third before Tkachuk finally buries one in the 4th overtime to get the Florida Panthers the huge 1-0 series lead on away ice again. Florida Panthers are just legit. Like, we thought maybe it was a fluke, maybe they're just coming together. Florida Panthers are they're a legit force to win the Stanley Cup, and I think this showed it in this game. Tkachuk with the game winner. Bobrovsky, after what he just had, 50 saves, he comes back with a 63 save performance.
I'm telling you, ever since they came back down 3-1 against Boston, they've been on a roll.
Oh my man, practically unbeatable. Stars are aligning everything that they need to happen is happening. Jarvis gets the third star for the Hurricanes, but 3-2, what a win to get that win. Big game one, especially on the road.
Always critical to get one on the road, opening up a series. Just puts you in such a better spot to actually finish and pull it off.
Absolutely.
Always good to steal one.
Absolutely good to steal one. We'll move to Friday, and it was about as competitive as the other one. This game, 1-0 Stars on top after 1. 1-1 after 2 after Vegas gets a goal. Both teams get 2 goals in the third. Fourth overtime, 3-3. But it's Vegas, 4-3. Howden, first star, game-winning goal. Carlson with 2 goals in this one. And Jamie Benn with a goal with about a minute left in the third to force overtime for the Stars. But Vegas just really flexed their muscles in this one. Some lucky breaks for Dallas, if I'm being completely honest. Vegas Golden Knights were all over this game in game number 1 at home, and they really deserved to win this game. It would have been huge for Dallas to steal a game like this where Vegas dominated, but Vegas comes out in overtime and makes quick work of the Dallas Stars and takes a 1-0 lead in the series after game 1. Huge game last night. As we'll move to Saturday, May 20th, we are caught back up to present day, and we have the Florida Panthers taking on the Carolina Hurricanes
tonight.
Game 2 from Carolina. Kurt, what do you predict happens in this one?
I'm riding with Florida.
Florida gets the Game 2 upset as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like 4-2 for Florida to win.
A 4-2 Florida win. You know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I think Carolina's an incredible hockey team, but that's got to be some good money on Florida. And I don't know. That's a heck of a game too. If I'm riding with somebody, game 2. You know what? Let's look a little deeper here. Some of the lines and.
I think for me, it's just like the thing is, ever since the Panthers were down 3-1, they've only lost one game since that series.
Right.
Only lost one in the previous series against Toronto, and they came back to win 4 straight. Well, 3 straight essentially against Boston. So out of 8 games, they've only lost 1. I think they're just on a roll.
Here's my problem though. This is the record. Home record for Carolina, 28-10. Away record for Florida, 19-19.
True.
So I do love the Florida Panthers right now, but man, Carolina is good.
Carolina's got to win this game though.
Yes, I think Florida just rides that momentum and probably ends the series in 5 games if they win game number 2. With this, I think it's a close game. I think the series goes 6 or 7, but I like a 3-2 or 4-2 Carolina win, to be completely honest. I don't hate Kurt's pick, and I could definitely see Florida stealing this game too and really taking a stranglehold in this series. But I like a competitive Eastern Conference Finals that goes 6 or 7 games. And so with that, give me the Carolina Hurricanes to come back and win game number 2. So me and Kurt will butt heads a little bit on that one, but this game will be a great game 2 nonetheless. And that gets us caught up in the NHL for the playoffs. Let's swing over and do the same thing for the NBA side of things.
Yeah, so we left off on Wednesday, the 10th of May, where it was game number 5. Heat on the road at Knicks. Knicks needed a win here, otherwise this series would have been a wrap. They essentially pull off the win, winning 112-103.
Oh yeah, Brunson's takeover game. 38.
Jalen Brunson with a huge game, 38 points.
Jimmy Butler went quiet a little bit in this game, a little bit concerning.
A little bit of a no-show, yeah.
Right. He stuffed the stat sheets, but 19 points is 19 points. Got 7 boards, 9 assists, but you need a little more than 19 points.
The Heat were probably just honestly comfortable knowing they were going to go back to Miami.
Yeah.
They already had the 3-1 series lead, so they knew the Knicks weren't going to keep up with them. But nonetheless, the Knicks pulled this one off. That'll take us to game number 5. Lakers versus Golden State Warriors Wednesday night. The Lakers lose this game 106-121. The The Warriors needed to win this, obviously, just like the Knicks. Otherwise, they had been eliminated. Golden State was led by Curry and Andrew Wiggins. 27 from Steph, 25 from Wiggins. The Lakers, led by LeBron and AD. Nothing new there.
Right.
Lakers just couldn't really score, and
just a real convincing game for the Warriors to try to stay alive in this one.
Real tough to beat at home.
Right.
As we know. Thursday, May 11th, game number 6, Celtics on the road at Philadelphia 76ers. A lower scoring game as it was a 95-86 win for Boston. Not a lot of scoring to speak of as Boston was led by Marcus Smart, their point guard, 22 points. Jason Tatum with 19, almost had a triple-double. The Sixers got big games from Tyrese Maxey, my apologies, with 26, and Joel Embiid with 26 and 10, dealing with that injury with his knee. But the Sixers lose, and Boston with a big win to not be closed out. Yeah, I picked the Sixers to actually win that and close out that series in the bet, and that was an L. Boston looked a lot better, and Philadelphia honestly just faded. James Harden with 13 points in 43 minutes after a couple big games, just came back down to earth.
Right.
As the Celtics took care of business. Thursday night's game was headlined by game number 6, Denver Nuggets at the Phoenix Suns, and the Nuggets were just too much for the Suns this series as they pull off the win 125-100. Jokic has been going off. He had a triple-double, 32 points, 12 assists, 10 boards. Jamal Murray with 26. That duo is just incredible. Phoenix Suns got nothing out of Devin Booker. He was insane that whole series, but, you can only play so well. You can only do so much, man, after you carry the squad.
He was literally carrying the team.
40 points, 35 points. It's hard to sustain that.
Especially when you're going against somebody that, a team in Denver that has 2 guys that can do that. And virtually, he was doing that the whole series by himself.
Yeah. The Suns just... it's hard. You can't just lean on 2 players. Cameron Payne got 31, but inconsistent. There's no bench. And the Suns just pretty much a lot of everyone's favorites, including ours, just that Chris Paul injury might have been a little more significant than it was, but at the same time, they close out early in 6.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Suns. They had Kevin Durant, and doesn't matter. They get even less of a result than they got a season ago, reaching the conference finals. And
they got to the conference finals last year, and they lost to the Warriors.
Right. And they can't even make that as they lose in 16 to Denver. So a little bit of regression from the Suns, albeit some injuries, but tough to look at that. Getting Kevin Durant still coming up shorter than you did a season ago.
Yeah, and nothing to speak of the number 1 former overall pick, DeAndre Ayton. I can't believe he went number 1. He has not lived up to that.
Not at all.
So that'll bring us to Friday, May 12th. Game number 6 from Miami versus the Knicks. The Heat come out with a big win. A lower scoring game, 96-22, which was kind of just the common theme in this series. It's not a lot of scoring by neither team. The Heat were led by Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. 24 from Butler, 23 from Bam.
41 from Brunson.
Yeah, Knicks led by Jalen Brunson, 41.
Doing whatever he can to try to keep the
carrying the squad. Alive. Just unfortunately not enough. The Heat pretty much... Wow, that is terrible. Rebounds were honestly pretty close. Free throws were pretty good as well. 3-point percentage was awful, but the Heat nonetheless pull off this series win, winning it 4-2 as they moved on into the Eastern Conference Finals, where they will await the winner of Boston and Philly. That'll bring us to Friday night, game number 6 from Los Angeles, as the Lakers looked to close out the series there against Golden State. And the Lakers they pretty much were in control of this game from start to finish. LeBron led the way with 39 and 9, almost a triple-double. AD just ate up the paint, 17 points, 20 boards. Nobody really there for Golden State outside of Looney. Austin Reeves with 23 points as well. Golden State was led by Curry with 32. Klay Thompson was an absolute no-show, 8 points in 38 minutes. Can't win with that.
No.
Can't win with that.
You know, when you got Curry getting canceled out by LeBron, and you can't come up that small when they got Anthony Davis on the other side that can put up points. You know, they got a whole bunch of role players that put up points. Reeves is putting up a lot of points, 20 points, 23 points. Russell, 19. It's just like you're not going to get...
There's nobody matching from Golden State.
Yeah.
And I think for me, this was a very disappointing series for Jordan Poole.
Oh, yeah, he came up real small.
Considering how good he looked last year in their run, he came up real small.
And he was real good in the regular season. But,
yes
he came up. He played terrible in this series, especially. I mean, the playoffs weren't his best as a whole, but in this series...
They really needed somebody to step up, even be that third or second scorer, and just, you couldn't do it. So, and here's another crazy thing real quick about this game. The Warriors put up 103 shots.
Oh, wow.
And shot 39 of 103. And
37%.
The Warriors actually out-rebounded them with 20 offensive boards, but the Lakers were just too much to handle as they shot over 50% from the field. So, and 50% from three. So that'll do it pretty much.
Right.
As the Lakers close that out in 6, and they will move into the Western Conference Finals. Nobody played on Saturday, so we'll move to Sunday the 14th, where the game of the day was Game 7, Boston at home versus Philadelphia. Again, I picked Philadelphia to stay within the point spread in here, but the game was close for a while, but then that second half, man, Boston just took off.
Kurt's first 2 daily bets, he wanted to ride with the Sixers, and...
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Philadelphia just choked this one away. You have a quarter where only scored 10 points. Yeah, that's just how it's going to go. Jason Tatum, massive game, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the most points scored in a Game 7 in NBA playoff history. He scores 51 just goes off in the fourth quarter. And when there's someone going off in the fourth quarter, you got to have someone to slow it down, at least match. And nobody was there to match, as Joel Embiid with 15, Tobias Harris with 19, James Harden, no show again.
Ouch.
Philadelphia just couldn't score, and Boston just clamped up. Jaylen Brown with 25 as well. Philadelphia shot 21% from 3, and Boston shot 45% from 3. So that'll do it. That'll pretty much do you in. As the Celtics win Game 7 at home, and they move into the Eastern Conference Finals to play the Miami Heat. So that'll bring us to this week as the first games of each series started. Tuesday was Denver at home going against the Lakers, and the Nuggets. Man, I watched some of this game, and they got some unbelievable shots.
Oh, man.
Just some prayers. Like, nothing you can even do if you're LA. You played a great game, but the Nuggets, it was just their day. Jokic with another big day. It's just this dude just stuffs that staff sheet.
Let me tell you something though. Daily bet was Lakers 6.5, and I sweated that out so bad. It got to a point. Jokic at the free throw line. They're up 6. He misses their free throw, and then, but before it was actually before that, they had a clear lane for a wide open layup, and they don't take it. And it just hugged that line for 6.5. Phew.
Yeah, I just don't know why LeBron in that situation settles for a 3 when he could have drove it in on Jamal Murray. I don't get it.
Terrible shot.
1 from 20 in the fourth quarter of these playoffs for 3. 1 for 20. Look it up.
Right. 1 for 20. LeBron is on 3s
during the playoffs this season.
Oh my God! And he's taking He wanted to be Jordan. He wanted his Jordan moment.
I don't know why I mean, he's still, I think, probably the best driver of the basketball. He can at least draw the foul
Right. What
or
do you
finish.
do with shooting
The Nuggets don't have a rim protector. Jokic isn't that kind of the player, so I don't get it. But Lakers could have won this game and still won on the road, but nonetheless they come up short. Jokic with 34 points, 21 boards, 14 assists. He had
an outstanding
bonkers.
first quarter. His first quarter, I think he was in double figures in almost everything.
Yeah. You get 31 out of Jamal Murray. That's big. Even Contavious Caldwell-Pope with 21's big. We're led by Anthony Davis, had a massive game. 40 points, 10 boards. LeBron with 26 and 12. And the Lakers lose a close game. Like I said, they put just a real good game. Lakers just come up short. So that'll bring us to Wednesday, May 17th, Game 1 of the Boston-Miami series, as the Heat, massive underdog on the road, pull off the win, led by Jimmy Butler with 35 points in 43 minutes. Bam Adebayo with 20. Celtics, Jason Tatum with 30. Jaylen Brown with 22. And the Celtics just come up short. Jason Tatum, I don't even think he took a shot in the fourth quarter or scored.
Yeah, he choked the ball away. He had like 3 turnovers in the last couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But he really just wasn't given the basketball, not given opportunity until the very, very end. And then when he did have the ball those couple of times, he did turn it over. So I think it was just bad execution and just a terrible end game plan by the Boston Celtics at home. And Miami steals one. Outstanding game for Jimmy Butler once again, coming up clutch.
Yes, as he's done. That'll bring us to Thursday, May 18th, game number 2 from Denver. Lakers looking to split this, make it 1-1 on the road, but the Nuggets will get the win here as well. 108-103. The Nuggets again led by not Jokic this time, but Jamal Murray with a big fourth quarter. 37 points, 10 boards. Jokic playing Batman Robin there. 23 points, 17 boards, 12 assists. The dude is that's crazy. He just gets triple doubles like it's nothing.
Right.
Lakers were led by Austin Reeves and LeBron. They both got 22. Anthony Davis with 14 boards. And again with the three-pointers, man. The Lakers were 8 for 30 on 3.
8 for 30?
8 for 30 on three-pointers.
Yeah, that hurts.
Didn't shoot too bad from the field, 43%. Same was about Denver, actually a tad bit better. But you come up short, and the Nuggets, a lower scoring type of game.
LA up 5 at half is huge, and then they keep it close in the third quarter, and then they just kind of come out flat in the fourth.
Yep. So another game that was winnable for LA.
Yeah, 2 winnable games in Denver, and I think if you look at this game and LA losing in 5 after, being down 2-0, they end up losing in 5. Now you look at this and you say they should have had at least one, if not both, in Denver. They're right there. And, I think LeBron's going to be kicking himself losing these games as they try to.
So many crucial, critical times they could have closed it out, but just couldn't do it.
Yep.
As that'll bring us to yesterday's game, which was game 2 from Boston. The Heat, again, major underdogs. I picked them with the points and actually picked them to win yesterday. And they pull off the win. Another upset win, 111-105. Jimmy Butler leads the way again with 27 points in 41 minutes. Caleb Martin was their second highest scorer with 25 points.
Adebayo 22, 17, and 9.
Yeah, you get 3 scorers with 20-plus points, and that's a good,
you're looking good.
Good recipe for a win there.
Yep.
Celtics were led by Jason Tatum with 34 points.
A lot better than this one. This time, I think he was just outdealt this time, The Miami big 3 or the big scorers really outdid Tatum and his supporting cast. You look Brown on
Jaylen Brown for me was a big letdown in this game.
Yep.
He really came up short. I watched a good part of this game yesterday. I think he was like maybe 2 for 8, 2 for 9 in like the first half.
Yeah,
maybe even the first quarter.
7 for 23.
Oh yeah, that's all.
He finished from the field, and he finished 1 of 7 from the 3-point line. And I've been calling for Braun to be better than Tatum. You know, since the playoffs started, I thought that. But Tatum really shut me up, honestly, this playoffs. He's played really, really well. And tonight, you know, he goes 10 of 20, 3 of 10 from the 3-point line. Not the best game. Still puts up 34, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. You can't really ask for more than that.
You lose by 6. You need someone to come along.
Yeah, and
you need someone to help.
He really has no supporting cast. His bench, White and Brogdon, did more than the starters, almost.
Yep. So, that series is 2-0 for the Heat. Nuggets are 2-0. That'll bring us to present day as the Lakers are at home in an absolute must-win tonight.
Oh, yeah. Game 3 from LA, man.
You lose this, I'm sorry, it's a wrap.
Cooked. You're losing 5. They lose tonight, it's Denver.
We've seen it happen. We saw this happen 7 years ago, but I'm sorry, but this isn't LeBron of 7 years ago.
Right.
You know, anything can happen, but, man, for LA, you got to win this game. You cannot go down 3-0. It's a wrap.
Oh,
absolute wrap.
Yep.
So, for tonight, man, you know what? You can go both ways here.
Right.
What we say the spread was earlier, 5.5.
Yep, it's
Lakers are favored by 5.5.
Yep.
I definitely like the Nuggets with the spread, but I think the Lakers, I think they found out that they can score in the paint at will. I would hope they'd go back to that type of, you know, schematic change. Maybe not so many damn threes. LeBron. But I think they get this. I don't see them getting swept. I think they at least get one win. I think it's this one. As they look to tie this thing up 2-2, but it starts tonight. I think the Lakers pull it off with a close win. Give me 117 to 113. Lakers with the win.
Yeah, as I'm leaning toward this.
Mind you, Lakers are also 6-0 at home in the postseason this year. So they have not lost at home yet.
That's huge. LeBron backed against the wall. I think I'm gonna take the Lakers in a close one.
Yeah.
Probably. I think that spread's probably right about where it would be.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably take the Lakers like a 5-point game. Over under is 223, so that'd have to be a high score.
223. You're talking at least both teams getting 110 plus each, or at least someone getting 120.
Right. Oh, that's rough.
That's close.
Right.
That one. I mean, if we're going off of these past 2 games, I think they can break that for sure. I think they'll break it.
They get over it?
Yeah, I think they'll just get over it. That first game was pretty high scoring. The second one, not as much, but I think they'll both score a little bit over 100.
For sure. Yeah, I think I would take the Lakers in this one, and I'll give them the 5-point win.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that'll catch us up to present day, and here we are in the conference finals of both sports.
Oh, yeah. Got that all caught back up, and now we can talk about the NBA Draft Lottery. So, we start this off. I got the lottery odds pulled up. Mm-hmm. So, Detroit, their record was 17-65.
Whew.
They had a 14% chance to win. Houston and San Antonio both finished 22-60. They both had 14% chances to win the lottery. Charlotte, 27-55, 12% chance. Portland, 33-49, 10% chance. And that rounds up the top 5. Now let me tell you the top 5. So, number 1 ends up being San Antonio, and they had the tied for third odds.
Yep.
Number 2 is Charlotte. They were back at 4. Number 3 is Portland. They were at 5. Portland moves from 3 to 5. Houston, they go from 2 to 4. And Detroit goes from 1 to 5. But this is what I find baffling. So a team that they win 17 games a season ago. How do they have over a 40% chance to get 5th?
I don't get that.
The lottery system.
I've never understood how all that works, to be honest with you. Just like similar to the NHL draft lottery, I don't find it to be a coincidence that a big market team like San Antonio that's been irrelevant, I feel like, ever since Kawhi left them, to be honest with you. They've had DeMar DeRozan
five years maybe?
5 years ago when he left for Toronto. They've basically been irrelevant. They haven't been worth anything. I find it real funny they get the first pick and then the other 4 teams aren't really a big market. Charlotte Hornets, not really. Trailblazers, they're talking about trading Damian Lillard. Houston, they have been relevant since James Harden left and Chris Paul left. And then Detroit,
they're on the come up with their rookies, but they're still not.
Just a really young squad.
Right.
And by the time those guys, I guess if you want a young core, they'll be good in a few years, but man, I don't know. This just gives me some sketchy vibes again.
For sure. It makes me think of the NHL because it's almost the same scenario. Like, San Antonio's been a big market NBA team like Chicago was. San Antonio's been bad for 5 years. They've had a couple stars. Just like Chicago, been bad the last 3-4 years. Still had their stars. And what were they lacking? They were just getting ready. Chicago was just getting ready to really go to the bottom of the barrel. And San Antonio, they were close enough to the bottom. And just like this, they're giving generational players to completely revamp their organization. What you see, $1.5 million in season ticket sales for Chicago overnight. Trajectory is completely changed. And it's the same way for San Antonio because now they become somewhere where free agents may want to go. And the whole thing changes when you get somebody generational like this Wemby guy apparently is supposed to be.
A lot of people feel the same way we do about it when I looked into it. That's a big blow for Detroit, though.
Right. They really, they really...
Not even top 2 or 3?
Yeah, they really...
You get the worst out of the 5? You get the worst?
Yep. They got a young core, and I really feel like even a top 3 pick would have really helped them out and set them up really well. But what sucks for them is the talent, honestly, from 1 to 3, and then from what it goes to 4 or 5, it's a really, really bad drop-off. Yep. And so a lot of fans are they don't know what to do because the player they're going to get really isn't what they needed or what they were hoping for in the type they were going into. So really tough blow for Detroit. Had to throw that one in there. Rough lottery go. And
classic Detroit stuff.
We'll keep that updated as the NBA draft is the 22nd of June and the NHL is the 28th, 29th,
Oh, wow.
And, so, they're within a couple weeks of each other, and, And I'll actually be there, so we'll have some draft content, NHL draft content. I'll be in Nashville for the draft.
Nice.
So, that will be exciting. But I think, for this one, we got a nice 40-minute podcast, and that'll do it. Got us caught up in the playoffs. And we went over the NBA draft lottery. So that will wrap it up. Episode 76, that'll do it. And in the next one, it'll be more playoff action and whatever else happens in the crazy world of sports that we live in these days. So, hope you guys have been enjoying the daily bet content as well as the podcast. Made On Ridgeway Sports Podcast, episode 76. That will do it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Look out for the TikToks and the reels that we've been posting with the daily bets.
Yep.
Gonna keep those coming. And, let's get it.
That'll do it.
Hope you guys enjoyed. We will see ya.
Peace out.
Peace.